Hello and welcome to a very spooky edition of Odds and Ends Movie Corner. This is either out properly on Halloween or, sometime in November when, it's always spooky season here. And joining me for this movie marathon madness is Obsolete 2003.
I like it spooky. Happy
He
Halloween.
does. Happy Halloween, y'all. Ideally, we got it on time. But you know what? Maybe we did it and you're watching this later on in the future. Happy whatever day it is for you today.
Yes.
But ideally, Halloween.
According to ministry, every day is Halloween.
Yes. Well, Obs, we sat our asses down for 6 hours and watched 4 horror movies at the Drafthouse
Yes.
for Dismember the Alamo, which is a great name. And I
Yes.
wanted to do it for a while, but I don't know, I never did. And then I showed you when it popped up, and you were like, ticket spot. So that was great. Do we want to list off the movies, or do we just want to go one by one? What do you think?
Let's change it up. Let's go ahead and list the movies, and then let's kind of go into each one in the sequence that we saw them in.
Makes sense. All right. So for Dismember the Alamo 2023, the movies were Chopping Mall, followed by Ringu, followed by All Hallows Eve, and finally, to put a nice little what the fuck bow on it, Opera.
Yes, and while we were at this special event, they did not tell us what we were going to be watching until it was like minutes before. Oh, by the way, this is what you're watching.
Yeah, all all blind bag. It was a bag of candy. We had no idea what was in there. We opened it, and then we found Opera. But yeah, let's go ahead and run through a little brief review / overview of the movie, starting with Chopping Mall.
And if
Sorry, what?
I don't mean to cut you off, but I guess I'll ask you real quick. Have you seen any of these movies before walking into this?
I saw a YouTube recap of All Hallows Eve, and that was about it. Everything else was blind as fuck. So All Hallows Eve, I knew it was gonna happen, but I never saw the movie itself. Obs, did you see any of these?
I had seen All Hallows Eve, and I saw bits and pieces of Chopping Mall.
That makes sense.
So
it was chopped up at a mall. Well, yeah. So yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it, especially since it was like a blind bag. And it was just like I never seen any of those movies. It was pretty cool. So it was a fun time.
yes, and I'm sorry. Yeah, as you were saying, the first movie was Chopping Mall, and being the first time you saw it, I guess do you want us to give a quick high overview of just the premise of it?
Yeah, let me just go ahead. So Chopping Mall opens in 1984 in Rigsby. No, I'm just fucking around. Chopping Mall was great. It was just good 80s schlock. Just like a goulash of fucking guts and robots and tits and sex.
Yes.
Like I don't understand how Terminator became such a popular movie when we had a superior movie, Chopping Mall,
I know
to watch.
Johnny Five. And...
Yeah. Oh man, it was fun. It was a fun time. It was fun 80s stupid. They had laser eyes for some reason. Why did the robots have laser eyes? They're protectors and they gave them laser eyes. There was like no sense to why these robots were so violent. I know someone talked about reprogramming them, but I think lightning struck and that's what happened.
Yes, even though
Yeah.
they were not connected to anything, and I guess their computer system was hardwired or whatever, and
There was no reason for these things to become killer machines other than technology bad
Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah, what do you think of Chopping Mall?
it was entertaining. Yeah, it was again, like you said, a campy 80s horror movie. It wasn't quite a slasher flick like Jason or Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, what have you. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's killer security robots that kind of look like Johnny Five a little bit. That
it did look a little like Johnny Five. It looked like Johnny Five and fucking Alpha from the Power Rangers. They had Alpha's head, and that's all I could see.
yeah, I
I
can
just
see
wanted
that.
him to go, ay, 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 ay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. But yeah, Chop 'em all. If we're rating these, I don't think we really are. I'll give it 2 out of 5 pumpkins. Uh, yeah, that's solid. I'm not gonna bring out the hard meter, even though I can, because S was in here. But it's spooky, so two out of 5 smashed pumpkins.
That works. Pumpkins are good. I'll probably give it the same rating. I think the honorable death was when the one of the airhead blondes, the typical of that era, when the women's kind of running around and she gets shot with the laser from one of the robots and her goddamn head just explodes.
Yeah, oh yeah, I wanted to bring that up. Yeah, that was fucking amazing. That was the cheesy shit. There was no reason. The laser shot her like twice before, the
Yeah.
little bird marks, and then blah right in the head. I was like, what the fuck was that? Got the great reaction of the crowd.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely that. So Chopping Mall, if you can, it's on YouTube for free. I
Oh,
looked
is
it
it?
up. I looked it up later because like I like after I watch movies. I don't know. It's just what YouTube has become, where you watch people talk about movies. Ideally, someone will do that with this, and it's full circle. But yeah, so I looked it up, and the whole movie's out there on YouTube. So if you just want to watch Chopping Mall or put it in the background for something, there it is. Just look it up.
Yes.
And speaking of things coming full circle, let's get to the next movie, Ringu. That was a good segue. Fuck that. That was a great segue. I don't care
Wow,
if you
you're on
cut
a
this
roll
part.
here.
That was solid.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ringu. I've never saw The Ring. I never saw any of the Ring movies. I think I was a little baby boy when like they came out, and I was like, "Ooh,
Really?
scary." I don't know if I was that. I didn't
It just
really
never came
follow
up.
the horror. Yeah, there was a bunch of horror movies I didn't see, and I think Ring was one of them. And like, I didn't see The Grudge or anything like that. But yeah, never saw Ring, and we got to see the original Ringu.
Yes. Yeah. Just to clarify, yeah, it is the original Japanese version, and from what
Hmm.
the host was saying, it was at that time it was the number one selling horror movie for Japan.
Yeah, she said something about that. It was like one of the hugest. I think it was a huge selling in Japan, and then it did so well that they adapted it in America and started the J wave of horror over here,
Yes. Um.
which was great.
Oh yeah, it was good, and that she said it was like a shoestring budget, and it not that the effects or anything were bad, but like compared to seeing I guess the American version, they kind of upped the special effects and the visuals,
Oh yeah,
and but this was pretty. I would say team or bland, but again, I don't know what their budget was, but it still looked practical. It still had its, let's say, creepiness.
yeah. It had a good atmosphere. I feel like it felt like just a little creep, little like what's going to happen, a little tense. Like it was good. It had a good atmosphere of some kind of J horror, low budget, like not into any huge scares, but you felt it.
Yes, but
Yeah.
um, I dug it. I had never. I mean, I seen the American version, but I never really got around to seeing the Japanese version. So that was cool. It was the first for me seeing the original.
Yeah. I wish they would have brought the subtitles up a little bit.
Yeah,
They
no, like
were, they were cut in half, and I was like, oh, they'll fix this. And then the movie ended, and I was like, I guess, I mean, I was able to read it, but
yeah, it's the context clues. Like,
yeah.
I'll just fill in the blanks.
Yeah, it was like that one puzzle Lisa had to solve where it was
Hmm.
like the words were cut in half.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like that during the whole movie. It had a element of suspense and like what. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Like I said, never saw the Ring, so getting to see the original one first was cool. So I kind of want to go ahead and see all the remakes or the American versions. Check them out.
Yes, because I know. I guess shortly after that was The Grudge came out, and I don't remember what it is in Japanese, but either way, they have a few others. There's that one, Shutter, um, but yeah, those Ringu
Yeah.
that we saw, and it was pretty cool. And again, it was what mid '90s, so it was like the whole
Yeah.
VHS, VCR, and the flip phones.
Yeah. That fucking demon has no chance now unless she gets to the internet. But other than that, no one's playing a VHS.
Well, and everything's now more viral with the internet. How quick everything can be more
Yeah.
widespread
Oh yeah.
nowadays.
If she used the internet, she'd murder a bunch more people.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. Well, I guess they could copy. They made a copy. That's the whole thing. They made the copy, so the copy like is the curse now. The other
Be
one isn't.
sharing it, like
So
sharing
yeah,
the
if you get like a whole little rig and copy the movie to a DVD and burn that DVD on a laptop and upload it to YouTube, ultimate ring monster virus. Then that's how they're gonna make the Ring 4 or
well,
whatever ring they're on.
I guess the modern version would be like, well, I guess, but it would be just someone recording it on their smartphone and uploading it to YouTube or some other stupid
Oh yeah,
social
they could
media
totally do that.
platform.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know if there's any chance for a Ring remake or anything like that, but be interesting.
Give it 10 years.
It's been a while, but yeah. But I don't know. Ring, I give that one a solid 4 out of 5. Smash Pumpkins. That was a good movie.
Yeah, for what it was and for being I guess the first of its era, to
Yeah,
start that wave of that type of movie,
yeah.
I'd go with
I
that.
think it's fair. And then I I remember like when they defeated it or like fixed it, all I could think of was Cabin in the Woods, where they're like the evil is defeated, and then there's a guy screaming "fuck you." Fucking love that. And also the evil being defeated. I was like, I remember her coming out of TV. Weird. And then the movie continued, and that happened. And I was like, okay, good. I was about to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The they kind of at the end they kind of we'll just do this kind of thing, but I guess they kind of fleshed out a little bit more in the American version.
Yeah, I think they do a little like just kind of like more your mind is the horror, those
Yeah.
classic ones. But it was good. It was a good time. And then I believe after that we had All Hallows Eve,
Yes.
which is the catalyst to the Terrifier fucking madness or yeah, right, madness,
Craze.
Hulkamania,
Yeah.
Terrifier mania.
There
That's the
you
word I
go.
was thinking about. Yeah, Terror mania that's going on where everyone loves this clown guy who is evil, the devil, a guy in a suit. He uses guns.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not too sure what he is. He has a cool look though, and that's all you fucking need.
Yes. Art the Clown.
Art the Clown from and then All Hallows Eve, which another tape. I thought the through line was like 80s when we were watching this because the original Top Mall like in the 80s. They probably walked by a video store and then Ring the VHS, then same the VHS and All Hallows Eve. But then Opera totally fucked that up, so there wasn't a thing. But anyway, All Hallows Eve was cool. Anthology, 3 mini movies inside of one, all featuring Art the Clown in some kind of way. What's the director's name? Do you know?
I don't know.
I don't know. Everyone's all on his
That's what
candy
some
sack.
they can, yeah, Google it while they're listening to this.
Yeah, Google that. Everyone loves that guy because of the Art the Clown. But anyway, I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was cool. I've like I said, that one was like one I saw on YouTube, like a recap. It was pretty cool. I liked the giant painting of him in the second movie. I'm actually kind of tempted to try something like that, but I'm not that good. I paint okay, but I don't know if I can get that kind of good detail. We'll try.
Yeah, I
I'll
don't
let
see
you
why
know.
not.
Yeah, what the fuck not, right? Who cares? So anyway, the first one I believe was which was the first one? Oh, the first one was the weird, like he was barely in there. Was the train station devil
Yeah,
rape? Which, if
yes.
you just heard those words and are confused, good, you should be, because those words shouldn't make sense to anybody. That one was fun. It was just weird horror gore, which is a lot of what this movie kind of was, except for the middle one. That one was like a little bit more suspenseful, I guess, with the aliens
Yeah.
and like the meteorite. That one was interesting. I like the look of the aliens on that one.
Like
Uh,
like while you're walking through the house, you're gonna have to like move your hands like you're walking through water or through fog or something, like the
yeah,
weather.
that well, they were in like underwater suits, so obviously our air is like water to them, bro. That's that's my scientific bro dude technology.
Yes.
Yeah, because
I'm,
that's what makes sense.
I'm an alien. What's my inspiration?
I'm in space. There's no air in space, so obviously, if I'm on Earth, it feels so thick, like water. And the director's like, "Yeah, that works. Sorry, go ahead." Like that guy thought way too hard about his job. But yeah, so that one was cool. That one again, no art really, except for the painting, which is I guess an omen of death. And then what was the third one? I think the third one was the gas station one, right?
Yes, that was the one that was actually Art the Clown.
Yeah, that one was more the clown, more murder party clown. That one's pretty cool. I like that one a lot. I feel that one was more fleshed out.
Yeah, that's jumping the gun, but like, yeah, I have no idea like what the hell Art the Clown is. Like, yeah, is he a person? Is he a demon? Is he what? I think that's part of the mystique of um
Yeah,
the
not
classic
knowing.
horror movies or the monster. Like, they don't, there's no real backstory or whatever. It's just
Yeah, like OG Michael Myers, even though he does have kind of a story in that first one. But just a force of evil.
yeah.
So yeah, and then the overall in that movie of a babysitter and the kids watching this fucked up VHS, and then Art the Clown becoming real and slaughtering children. Which you know what? All right, yeah, kids need to die. They need to learn that they're not immune, and that's one way.
Yeah,
Ch-
it's definitely one of a big taboo in mainstream horror with anything with kids and death or
Yeah,
violence or whatever, but
yeah.
it's not this one.
This one's fine. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. I ended up watching Terrifier on Peacock because of it. So I think the movie did its job. Uh, I don't know what to give it. I think halves are bullshit, but I give it 2.5 smashed pumpkins.
I'll give it a 3, but
Yeah,
it was
I don't know. I
alright.
feel like I had more fun with Chopping Mall.
Yeah.
Then I'm like I gave Chopping Mall 2, so I feel like I don't know. Whatever. Ratings are bullshit. So yeah, that was All Hallows Eve, and we're doing a little bit of a crunch just because some of us on time schedules. So let's go ahead and jump to the one that probably deserves its own fucking video, Opera.
Yes. And do you remember who did the movie?
Oh man, they said his name a bunch. I even taught. I even
Yeah, you mentioned
fuck.
it the other day.
I said it earlier. I can't remember right now. Some French guy. I don't know if he's French. Devilish. Some smelly Frenchman. I think that's his name. One moment.
But
Opera.
yes, it was opera.
Winfrey.
The woman said it. It's like, oh, well, this is so and so, and it's if you like good
He made that Superior movie or
Suspiria.
Sepultura. Uh, Diero Diero Angeletto.
Okay,
I
sure.
can't. Whatever.
Yes, but oh yeah, I had no idea what to expect with this movie, and like a lot there's I guess some people were pretty receptive of the movie. That when she announced it, this was the first time I ever heard of the movie. I had never seen or heard of it before.
Dario Argento. I had Google tell me. There it is. Sorry, it was bugging me. Did that come through?
Yes.
Great. Fantastic. Sorry, go ahead.
But so yeah, that was the interesting thing on the movie is probably what mid 80s, late 70s, somewhere around there. It
Yeah, I believe
it
so. I
felt
believe
like
it
an
was
older movie.
I think it was the 70s. I pull this back up. It was directed in yeah, yep, that's it. That's me vamping. 1987. 1987.
80 something? Oh, okay. Hmm.
Yeah. Actually a little newer than I thought.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, Opera was fucking weird, man. Opera was like dubbed over. Like it was. I feel like the director wasn't dubbed over, but everyone around him when they spoke was dubbed over.
Yeah, it could have been
Uh,
just like their English maybe.
Maybe, but I don't know. It sounded weird. I liked it. It was weird, but I liked it. Like, I don't know. It was a cool. The villain was neat, like just a guy in a trench coat with a hood and like gloves, and then condoms on his gloves, and then the gig where he had her tied up and had like the needles underneath her eyes was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty. I don't know. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. The whole deal with the crows and like crows' revenge, leading to
They hold a
the how.
grudge.
Oh yeah, crows hold a grudge, which I can respect. But yeah, yeah. So a little super brief overview of the opera was an opera's being prepared. It's Macbeth, one of the most cursed operas ever. It's a horror director who's doing it, and then the main actress says "fuck these crows," walks out, gets hit by a car, as one is to do, and then the understudy gets the part, and it's all about her, and then like someone who's been chasing her throughout her whole life in dreams, or she thinks they're dreams, and ends up murdering a bunch of people around her,
Yes.
and it ends up being some weird familial affair where her mom was a freak and liked to watch people die. And I don't know how old the guy was. He ended up being a police like investigator, but he looked like the same age as her, maybe like 5 years older or 10 years older, but like not that old. So I didn't really get how he was like murdering for her mom, but like also not a super old man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but whatever. That just kind of bothered me. But yeah, so he ends up murdering a bunch of people around her. Turns out it was him. He like fucks up some stage dress for whatever reason. I can't remember is that one exactly. I think he was trying to put some gold on there or some shit. He kills some crows during it. They set up this whole plot to where like they're gonna release the crows to find him during the opera, and they do, and then he ends up burying himself alive. Or you think because then it's actually not him, which is a weird twist at the end of the movie when the movie should just ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, then like it just kept going, and like they're in like they went from like Rome or wherever they were, like to the Swiss Alps, and then he murders the director really quick, and then she like pulls a, you know what? I'm super into this murder. Let's go away together. And he's like, yeah, that makes sense. She totally is about it now. And then he gets arrested. And end of movie. Oh wait, no. Before that, she talks about how she's the most different girl in the world because she loves butterflies and grass.
Yes.
And if you're confused, that was how it felt to watch opera. But honestly, I don't know. Seemed like a fever dream, but it was a fun time. I feel like it like they had good horror bits. The fucking lady getting shot through the eye hole was a cool bit.
Yeah,
Um,
the cinematography was pretty good because they did a lot of like first person perspective that seemed
mhm.
maybe I guess they kind of did in the first Friday the 13th film, but there was some cool scenes where there was just like first person perspective from the first female lead for Macbeth and then from like the killer, even like from the Raven's perspectives.
Yeah,
And I thought that was pretty cool. It reminded me a lot of Evil Dead, Sam Raimi. Maybe I don't know if they kind of got the same idea from there or just kind of similar.
yeah. Back in the '80s, they were just like, you know what? POV. We're fucking doing POVs. And they're like, yeah. Everyone just got on that wavelength of POV.
Yes, but I dug it. Like, yeah, I had no idea what to expect with this film. And it's like, I was kind of like contemplating, like, should I just kind of leave early and just kind of like be done with it? But I'm glad I stuck around for this film and wasn't what I expected, but it was still it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's the same thing. I felt like, ah, man. Like first watching it, I was like, all right, this is dog. And maybe also being like sitting there for like 6 hours at that point, or however long it was at that point.
Yeah,
But it was good. Like so, yeah. I'm happy we stayed and watched it. It was pretty good, interesting. The killer was cool. It was pretty interesting look he had, and then the gore was pretty good too. Like that first guy getting stabbed and like stabbed through the hands and like stabbed at the jaw, and you see it like
yeah,
protruding out. Like it was some good fucking gore in that movie,
and
and I felt like the gore had purpose, unlike All Hallows Eve.
yeah, I wasn't super over the top, and obviously being what 89, so yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, both All Hallows Eve 2 was practical effects, but
Yeah,
yeah, when the woman got her eye shot out through the peephole and just like, I was like, oh crap.
Yeah, that was pretty good. But yeah, I enjoyed opera. Overall, I guess if we're doing that one, pumpkin, I think that one a solid 3.5, 4. That was good too.
I'd give it a 4.
Yeah, but overall, that was the experience. That was Dismember the Alamo, at least in San Antonio, 2023. Um, I enjoyed it. It was fucking cool. The hostess was pretty nice. Set up all the movies. I think we got little patches to put on, like little vest or jackets. Yeah, that had a little Dismember the Alamo logo on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they gave a little free bag candy, which was nice.
Yes, little goodie bags.
Yeah, a little treat. So yeah, it was fun. It was good in the way to spend Halloween pre-weekend.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, badass time. I suggest if you have a draft house around you and you get to see one of these, go for it. It's a fun time. If you have 6 hours to kill, I think it was about six, like 2 movies, 8 hour. No, it wasn't 8 hours. It was six because it started at 4 and did like 10 something.
Yeah. So it wasn't too
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, it wasn't too bad. So yeah, if you want to do a horror movie marathon, horror movie marathon, bleh, totally go for it. It was fun time. It was cool. I think it was. I think the thing sold out. I didn't see any.
Close. There was.
I think there was a couple seats empty, but I feel like they were like reserved seats because I know when I looked it up, it was sold out.
Oh,
You couldn't buy
really?
any tickets. Yeah, you couldn't buy any tickets.
Oh,
So
shit.
people either like reserved them and they couldn't go, or they just they bought them, but they
Yeah.
just like didn't show up.
That's cool because yeah, I didn't even know about it until you told me, and I kind of looked into it, and I looked into it again, and like this, I saw that yeah, seats are starting to sell pretty quickly, and it's like, oh shit, I should get tickets now.
Yeah, but yeah, it was cool. It was neat. I enjoyed it. Had a fun time. I believe I've seen maybe the most amount of horror movies this October than I have in a lot of Octobers for Halloween, which I'm very happy about.
I was It's been a very busy October for me from right, previous years. I know obviously COVID put a damper in things a few years ago,
Oh yeah,
but
the true horror.
yes, but usually I try and see a lot of horror movies, and I've seen some, but it's had so much else, so much other stuff going on, being out and about that. Um,
Yeah,
but it's been a good Halloween season this year.
it's been a very spectacular season.
Yes.
And with that, I know some of us have places to be. Not me though. I'm just gonna be here. If you guys want to hang out, I'll be in the comments. I won't be in the comments. I don't know when it's getting uploaded. Anyway, it's been a great time. Obs, any last thoughts?
Keep it spooky.
Keep it spooky. Well, it's been me, Nickolas Zombie. Perfect timing for that name. Joined today by Obsolete 2003.
Yo, settle down.
I hope you all have or had a great Halloween. And yeah, we'll see you later. Keep it spooky. That ain't no baby. I almost used your catchphrase, but I have to stop it. Use mine. Because there a baby in any of these movies? No, there wasn't.
There's a small
Fuck. There's a
child.
small child. There was unprotected sex. I don't, depending on where your religious views, maybe there was a. But that ain't no baby. Anyway, bye everyone.
Have a good night.